Hey everybody, James here from Skin Delta. Today we're going to be looking at some good resources, some websites that you can use for your own investing. Let's get into it. Now, it might not have gone past you that the skin market, the case market, it is popping the F off right now. It's going crazy. And some people attribute it to one reason or another, but there is one consistent one theme I have seen, and it's the player count. Look at the 24-hour peak, 1.7 million. We are looking at the 7-day average right now. If you look at this, 1.7, 1.6, 1.6, 1.78, 1.7, 1.6, 1.6. That's the last 7 days. That's 1.6, 1.7 million players every single day at the peak. If we go to the all-time, we can look at the whole growth, and a lot of us came in this period here from about 2014 to 2019. This is this area where we never thought we would see this game surpass Dota. Well, it's eclipsed Dota now. But if we look at this peak, the all-time peak in May of 2023, 1.8 million players. That was more of a once-off all-time peak. It wasn't sustained, because then we fell down to 1.2, another peak up to 1.5, and then down to 1.1. Since that 1.16 million players, we've been slowly grinding all the way up. So we've had sustained growth of the player count. Now, some people are going to say, oh, it's bots. Yeah, sure. But if it was just purely bots, the market would be flooded with cases. And those cases, like the case market, wouldn't be thriving as it is right now. So I don't think there's that many bots personally. And the sustained growth it's not one massive tick up. It's following the path, right? We're seeing an average trend up of a player count. So we're about to break that all-time player count. And we're probably going to start to see a consistent all-time peak. It might not be every month, it might be every couple of months, but we will start to see this all-time peak increase for the next couple of months to the next couple of years. There's a lot of people coming to the game, which means there's a lot of people also looking to invest. There's just a lot of people buying a lot of items in the game, and that's why the prices are going up. So let's look at some resources that you can utilize to get into the market and make the best purchases you possibly can. The first website we're looking at, and is probably the most important website that I personally use, is CS2.com. This website is amazing. It shows every item in the game, it shows you all the collections, it shows you all the cases, and it allows you to look at the ROI, for investing, the ROI for if you're to just unbox cases, the trends of everything, the listed market price, you can choose the pricing source, you can choose the currency. There's a lot you can do on this website, and I can't get into all of it, there's just too much. But for example, if we look at investing ROI here in the top right, and we have it by 1 month, so if you bought one of these items a month ago, you would look at your 1 month ROI. So recall case number 1, 60% ROI increase. That's crazy. That is crazy. Now, some of these, especially the discontinued ones, I don't really consider, purely because, 745 listings, 35 listings, they're a bit, you can look at them, but we look at the active drops, you can kind of see a bit better of a trend. I feel like there's the fluctuations in these smaller listing markets where there's less than 1,000. It's just too manipulative. But regardless, fracture case, 43.7% increase in the last month. Snakebite case, 38.3%. Prisma case, 36.23%. Shattered web case, a bit too low, I won't look at that one. Rare drop, danger zone case, 32.57. You can just see that 1 month ROI. You can see if you wanted to open these cases and just see what the average ROI is going to be, you go unbox ROI. If you unbox a gallery case, you're going to get 77.57% of your money back on a item you've unboxed, and that considers the cost of the case and the cost of the key. Back to investing ROI, just because I love this page. I reference this every day, and I just want to point out, in one of my most recent videos, I said recoil, fracture, and prisma cases were all a buy, and they're doing the best. So just putting that out there. I'm not giving any advice, just putting it out there. You also got the armory. It can kind of tell you if you were to grind the game, if you were to do deathmatch, you get 15 stars per hour, and this would be your rough ROI per hour of $1.05 if you would just buy the case, whatnot. It's awesome. It gives you the breakdown. It gives you all the odds. There's so much here. There's even stuff I haven't even done myself. You've got the inventory, you can see your unboxing and investing ROI. There's just so much to do in here. But CSROI.com, currently, in my opinion, the best site out to get on that one. The second website that I like to visit on occasion is CS2 Case Tracker. Now, the reason for visiting CS2 Case Tracker is because I can see the actual trend of cases being opened. The way that CS2 Case Tracker gets its data is it uses the database of CS Float and it grabs the newly opened or newly publicly available items from people's public inventories. So it's not 100% accurate, but in this day and age, most people have a public inventory, so it's fairly accurate. So if we look at monthly, for example, and mind you, the UI on this website is not very user-friendly, but it gives enough data where it's worth going to. So in the last month, we can see how many cases have been actively dropping. If we just highlight actively dropping, they're the ones that you can still get. But then we can see which ones are getting opened the most. So Revolution case has been opened the most, 3.5 million. In the last month, Dreams and Nightmares is the second most open actively dropped case, 3.1 million. And then you've got quite similar Fracture and Recoil. So one of these Fracture or Recoil, one of these cases is going to retire soon, depending on if they retire any more cases. But regardless, you can kind of see what's going on. You can track the trends, and you might see with some of these older cases, you can also monitor, oh, this case has had a lot more openings than it never did. Because there's people buying cases, you can kind of track that with prices and the amount of cases sold on individual websites, but you can't really track how many are being opened. So if you come onto this website, you can see, oh, Operation Breakout, it's had 234,000 cases opened, but the price is somewhat sustained. So that might be a good opportunity to buy in. It's just a good website to kind of track the investing over on CSROI and then seeing what's actually being opened. Because then you can kind of work out what's just getting hoarded and what's being actively opened, and the market hasn't really adjusted to that opening with that lack of supply. So CSGO Case Tracker, good website to reference, especially when you're looking to invest. The last website I like to reference, and this is just more so for play skins for me personally, but I like to use csgoskins.gg. As a former devout CSGO stash user, rest in peace to that website, to whatever that shit's become now. This website's so much better though. And the reason I say that is, for every item, so we'll open 2 items, we'll look at the Dreams and Nightmare case to begin with. You can just see what the price is of this certain item on every single website that has a decent reputation that this website's chosen to show, including the Steam Marketplace. So you can see how many are available on these websites and what the price is. These prices, mind you, are in Australian, but you can change the prices to be in whatever currency you're on. And this is just good to look at if you are looking to purchase a lot of cases or purchase a play skin. Now, I believe CSGO Skins is either bought out or it's at least sponsored or in partnership with Skinport, because Skinport's always the first one shown there. And I know Skinport's a relatively safe site, but do your own due diligence on what website you would buy items from. Some of these I have heard not positive things, and you can never go wrong with CS Float or the Steam Marketplace, but I know some of these websites are good, some of these websites I've heard bad things about, but who's to say? CSGOskins.gg, just a great website for comparing prices of every website. This will be a feature in our website once we drop it, so we will be a competitor. But for now, CSGOskins.gg, good website to use. So yeah, that's a lot of the data I've been using. The 3 main websites I use to reference my investments for when I'm going to buy something. CSROI.com, the best website there is. Awesome. And it just makes you feel good when it's a big green uptick there. CS2 Case Tracker, obviously. Just seeing what's actually getting unboxed, seeing what's getting hoarded, and makes you make a more informed decision. And then just CSGO Skins, just so you can kind of track prices across different websites really easily. There is a lot more websites available, like CSGO Empire, I believe it's called. I know I use that site. It basically tracks the value of your inventory that you input on there. But those are 3 awesome sites I use. And yeah, stay tuned. In a couple of days, we will drop the best cases to invest in for the last month and what we might be looking at for the next month going forwards. So like, sub, and yeah, just drop below some other websites that you guys use. Cheers, bye.